Hold on.
Hold on, let me get off this because you.
Oh, okay. You can hear me now. Can you hear me?
Hold on, I can't hear you through the phone. I got because you got this phone. You're talking to me on my speakerphone, so I got to hang up and text you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? Hey, we're gonna talk this Terrence Crawford fight. We're gonna talk a whole lot of other things too, man. I'm gonna let some people get a chance to get on up in here. I gotta message some people and let them know I'm alive. Got to make sure I get some people up in here so we can all chat it up, man. We can all chat it up. Everybody, come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. Hey, hit that link. I don't see anyone in the chat room waiting. Y'all see the link? Hey, Zone, hit the link real quick. Let me see if the link is working. Let me see if I can bring you in. Let me see. Oh, okay. Let me see if I have to. Let me see. I don't see nobody trying to get in though. I know it works. I know you can hear me. And we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff, man. We're gonna talk about this Errol Spence stuff, man. We're gonna talk about Terrence Crawford and just a lot of different things have been going on in boxing. We're towards the end of the year, so it's a lot of stuff to talk about. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about Tyson Fury stuff. We can talk about all types of stuff. Yeah, man. Get on up in here, y'all. Everybody go ahead and get up in here.
What's going on, family?
What's up, man? What's up?
Man, can't call it, man. Never day,
Man,
never
I want to talk
dollar.
about. Hey, you want to talk about this? What's your name?
It's Kwame.
Kwame. Okay. Because I know I got a lot of people in my message. Can you get back? Come back in, Kwame. I lost you. Just hit it and I'll bring you back in. It went out. But yeah, man, we're gonna talk about this Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford stuff, man. The link is in the description. Just hit the link. Come on. say your piece about the fight. Um, it was no surprise to me that Terrence Crawford stopped Sean Porter. I always had Terrence Crawford stopping Sean Porter when he first came to the welterweight division. It's just the way Sean Porter fights versus the way that Terrence Crawford fights. And Terrence Crawford, what's up, man? You back? You back?
Yes,
And
sir.
Terrence Crawford, the way he fights and the way Sean Porter fight, I just thought it was going to be a stoppage because Terrence Crawford is a precision counter puncher. Sean Porter does leave himself open for counters. He is aggressive. He's a strong fighter, but he's there to get hit with clean counters if you're willing to stay in the pocket long enough to deliver the punch. Now, the first person I thought that was going to do that is when he fought Keith Thurman a couple years back, it's probably about 4 or 5 years now. I thought Keith Thurman was going to be the first one to knock out Sean Porter because I thought Keith Thurman he has explosive power, he's quick twitch, and he has counter punching ability. So I thought he was going to be the first one to be able to go in there and, probably stop Sean Porter. But Keith Thurman kind of surprised me. He gave up too much ground. Now he was hitting Sean Porter. I thought he won the fight. He hurt Sean Porter a couple times, but he didn't stand there and get that telling blow on Sean Porter. And when he fought Errol, everybody said Errol was going to stop him. I said I don't think Errol is going to stop him because Sean Porter was able to take Keith Thurman power, a prime Keith Thurman power. So I just thought that he was going to be able to at least give Errol Spence a really good fight. I thought it was close. You know what I'm saying? I thought Sean Porter could have eked it out. I had him on my scorecard winning by a round or two, but it was a close fight. Anybody that thought Errol won, I'm okay with that. But I knew Terrence Crawford was a different animal. Terrence Crawford when I seen Terrence Crawford fight Breeders' Prescott years back when he came in as a late replacement, and I seen him fight, I don't have to see a whole lot from a fighter to know that, okay, that guy's special. I said he was special that night. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my guys, we've been talking for years, and they know. I told them that Terrence Crawford, that's a special fighter. I like to see more, but I see that he can counter punch, he can box, he can move, he got defense, he got everything you need. And he moved up and waited and fought this guy, the late replacement. I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? He can fight. He believes in himself. But what do you think about the Terrence Crawford Sean Porter fight?
It was a good fight in terms of, Terrence Crawford stopping Sean Porter. I had the same outcome as well. So I picked Terrence Crawford to stop Sean Porter, but my reasons are just a little bit different though.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I chose Terrence Crawford to stop Sean Porter is because I saw Sean Porter have issues with Ugas. He really got beat up against Ugas. Ugas is a very technical boxer,
Mm-hmm.
Cuban style technical boxer.
Mm-hmm.
Good jab, a lot of great fundamentals, but doesn't have the sharpness or punching power of a Terrence Crawford. And Terrence Crawford basically is just the same thing in terms of being like supremely fundamental, talented, and skilled, but he's just more of an elite level fighter than a Ugas. And if you gotta remember, like Sean Porter should have lost that fight, but what was more telling was he was beat up in that fight and worn down in that fight to the point where he was dropped in the 12th round and they didn't call it. So when I saw that, I said, you know what, another boxer who's kind of rangy like that, mean, uh, is going to beat him. And Terrence Crawford also is a very disciplined fighter outside the ring. So you know that you're going to get the best Terrence Crawford on fight night. So I see, those rangy fighters are the ones who kind of put him down. Adrian Broner put him down. Spence put him down. Crawford actually stopped him. Now I picked Errol Spence to stop him as well. And this was another reason why I chose Terrence Crawford to stop him, is because Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence are both elite level fighters. The difference between Errol Spence the night he fought Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford was the night he fought Sean Porter was preparation for the fight. We all know Errol Spence going into the Mikey Garcia fight was, he was partying a lot, drinking a lot, doing fat camps, being undisciplined. He carried that into the Mikey Garcia fight. And then he also carried that same energy going into the Sean Porter fight. I have a post where on Instagram where he made a post like 3 weeks into training camp where he was just starting to see his abs. And he posted no more fat boy, and this was, we're talking about the Sean Porter camp. Sean Porter was training for that fight in April, and that fight happened like in October because he knew what time it was. He took it serious. Spence didn't. But the thing I know about Terrence Crawford is that that's not who he is. So you're going to just get the best. You're going to get the best version of Terrence Crawford on fight night because he's going to be 120%, 150% prepared. And that's why I saw the fight going like that. But what I will say though is that his performance to me, and I'm talking about Crawford, his performance to me overall, I was not impressed. I was impressed by the stoppage, but I was not impressed by his overall performance. And when I look at that performance as well, and he's gotten the stoppages, so, I got to give him his credit. But it also kind of reminded me of Benavidez. It's like, I wasn't impressed with the performance, but I was impressed by the way he was able to get him out there in the stoppage, where he catches people and he's strong enough to get you in serious trouble with one punch, and drop you. And once he drops you with that one punch and you in trouble, yeah, he's a elite supreme finisher. But I'll say this, and you probably will take this into the segment going forward, is that what I saw from Terrence Crawford, I have zero fear, zero doubts about him and Errol Spence fighting. That version of Terrence Crawford last night cannot beat. I mean, on Saturday night, that version that I saw cannot beat Errol Spence.
Okay, so what made me really, really confident that Terrence Crawford can stop Sean Porter is because of the fights that he was fighting leading up to that. I always thought that Terrence Crawford is more important to me to see fighters fight the right fights, because I'm looking down the road at the fighters that they're going to have to eventually overthrow. And I want to see if you're going to fight, you're not going to find someone exactly like someone, but you can find people similar, right? Mm-hmm. So when he fought Jeff Horn, everybody looked down on that. Well, at first people were saying that Jeff Horn was going to be too strong for Terrence Crawford because Terrence Crawford was just not coming from 140. And they said Jeff Horn was a big welterweight because remember, Jeff Horn fought some fights at 154. Mm-hmm. So people were saying that Jeff Horn was strong. They wanted to see how Terrence Crawford was going to react to Jeff Horn. I said it was not going to be a problem with Jeff Horn because what people don't realize is Terrence Crawford used to wrestle, and right. I used to wrestle, and I know wrestling strength is a strength almost like none other. Wrestling strength is better than weightlifting strength because wrestling strength is endurance and strength put together. Mm-hmm. Weightlifting is you just lifting it up and you're putting it down. Right. I don't know if you wrestled before. If you ever lock up with another guy that wrestled and y'all locking up, boy, that's a lockup.
It's intense.
It's intense, and it's a lot of strength going on there. Mm-hmm. You get drained quickly. I used to be on the football team, the basketball team, and the wrestling team. Nothing wore me down more than wrestling. Nothing wears you down. The only thing that comes similar to wrestling is swimming. Because in wrestling, you use a lot of little muscles. Like swimming, you use a lot of little muscles. That's why you get tired so quick when you're trying to swim laps, because you're using a lot of little muscles and the big muscles. So I knew he was not going to have a problem strength-wise. Right. But people wanted to see that fight to see how he was going to fare at welterweight. When he went in there and he practically manhandled Jeff Horn, Jeff Horn was not able to do what he did against Pacquiao. He was not able to bum rush Terrence Crawford or nothing like that. And I was like, okay, that's all I needed to see. And I told people before the fight started, I said, just go look at the Jeff Horn fight, y'all. No, he don't fight similar. He don't fight exactly like Sean Porter, but it's a lot of things in that fight that Jeff Horn does that Sean Porter does. And I said he's going to stop Sean Porter. Oh no, he's not going to stop Sean Porter. Sean Porter never been stopped. I said, okay, I've been watching boxing for a long time. A guy don't get stopped until he gets stopped.
Right.
Okay, you can't tell me. I remember people used to say Margarito had a granite chin. Okay, well, Shane Mosley dented that chin. Everybody that says, just about everybody that come through boxing and people say they have a granite chin, okay, eventually you just can't take no more. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter been in some wars. You brought up the Ugas fight. I'm glad you brought that fight up because a lot of people don't want to talk about the fact that Ugas put hands on that boy.
Bad.
The most debilitating thing Ugas did in that fight that Terrence Crawford did in this fight, I think a lot of people kind of over-missed it. The counters to the body was vicious. Ugas was countering that man to the body viciously. I mean, I used to box, so I understand. I'd rather take a face shot than especially a counter body shot. A body shot, period, is debilitating because this is what a body shot does to you in boxing. You have all this energy, and this guy is hitting you with body shots. First couple rounds, you like, okay, that's nothing. I'm eating those. You think you eating them, right? By the 5th, 6th, 7th round, you like, man, why am I slowing down? Why my legs slowing down? Why am I in front of this dude all of a sudden? I wasn't in front of him like this 2-3 rounds ago. It's because the body shots stay with you. They don't go anywhere. That's what make Errol Spence a very effective fighter because he's a committed body puncher no matter what. No matter what, Errol Spence is going to go to your body. He doesn't care what is going on around him. He's committed to breaking you down to the body, right? So that's the best attribute that I see in Errol Spence is he's committed to that body. And I know what that does to a fighter. But when you say that Terrence Crawford didn't look good versus Sean Porter, I just say this.
I didn't say that.
Well, you said what
I wasn't impressed by his.
You weren't impressed by the overall performance,
right?
Which Sean Porter had something to do with that performance, right? Because you got two people in the ring, so Sean Porter had something to do with him not looking as effective and as clean, probably as you would like to see him. I thought my problem with Crawford in the fight was in earlier rounds he didn't really understand the angles from Sean Porter. He had to get the angles down because he was throwing a lot of punches that were going over Sean Porter's head. Did you notice that? A lot of his, and I was like, dude, you got to settle down. You may have to crouch down a little bit, which he started changing the angles. Crawford started changing the angles himself. He started crouching down a little bit more. And when he crouched down a little bit more around about 3, 4, and 5, he started landing clean. At first, it was over Sean Porter's head. Dude, you got to slow down a little bit. Sean Porter is one of these guys that like to crouch down himself, and then he coming in at weird angles with this weird foot movement. So, yeah, Terrence Crawford did not look as clean as he looked versus other fighters is because Sean Porter presented something a little bit more awkward than them other fighters presented. So it can be a both. It can be a little bit of both, right? Sean Porter doing what he does, and Terrence Crawford just didn't look as sharp as he normally looks. But what I seen in that fight is this. Terrence Crawford is he's probably one of the best counterpunchers I ever seen in boxing. Him and Marquez. There's some other fighters in there. You know, I can't name
Canelo. Canelo is the best boxer, the best counterpuncher.
Is Canelo the best counterpuncher? I don't know. I don't know if he's the best. I can't say because Mayweather was a great counterpuncher. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say who was the best counterpuncher, but Canelo was up there though at the highest level. He's up there.
Right. Well, I'm saying actively.
Oh, active. Okay, yeah, active. Yeah. Canelo is up there active. You know what I'm saying? I can put him in Crawford 1A and 1B. If you want to say Canelo is number one, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with the results, right? Because the results are results. He's getting ultimate results out of what he's doing. And that counterpunch versus Amir Khan was vicious. But so what I seen in that fight, it doesn't give me pause to what he gonna do to Errol Spence. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've been having Terrence Crawford stopping Errol Spence. He gonna stop Errol Spence. Now, that's my opinion, right?
Yeah, that's okay.
That's my opinion. Because that's my opinion until it happens.
Right.
But what I see from Terrence Crawford and the Errol Spence fight is going to be totally different than the Porter fight.
Oh, big
because
time.
We understand styles make fights, right?
Yep.
Okay, so Earl Spence is not going to be as hit. Is not going to be hard to hit as Porter was, because of the fact is Earl Spence is taller. Earl Spence fights a little bit more straight up. Now, because I'm not going to talk about a fighter attributes that I don't see in the ring. I can't say what a fighter does in the gym, and he's not taking that from the gym to the fight. I only can talk about stuff that you actually do in the ring. I don't give guys imaginary attributes that I've never seen before. But I know Earl Spence fights a little bit more straight up. He has more of a pickaboo defense, more of a hands up. He got his hands up defense, right?
Right.
Okay, so he's not going to be as hit as more. He may be stronger than Sean, a little bit stronger than Sean, maybe a little bit stronger than Sean. He's taller. I can't say he's bigger. Sean is wide. Sean just short. So I can't say he's bigger, but he may be a little bit stronger than Sean. But you remember early in Sean's career, Sean fought some fights at 160.
Right. Okay,
so y'all know he's shrinking himself down too. But so it's gonna be a different fight with him and Terrence Crawford. Now I wish him and Terrence Crawford would have fought before the eye injury in the car accident, because I know what's coming. If Terrence Crawford go in here and stop this man, he's not gonna get full credit for stopping Earl Spence at this point, because the ship is sailed. He had an eye injury, he had a car accident. Now, though one of them is self-inflicted with the car accident, you know what I'm saying? That's self-inflicted. That's something that you did on your off time. You got to be more disciplined in your life as well as boxing. In your life first. Right. Boxing is second. You got to be disciplined in life first.
I agree. 100%.
He had a misjudgment. We all misjudge things and we all have bad decisions. His bad decision just was caught in the public, right? Right. So his car accident and his eye injury. I'm already hearing people. I don't know, because I don't listen to you talk about boxing, but I'm already hearing people say if he beat Earl, Earl is not Earl. So nah. I mean, I'm hearing it. I know you probably hearing it too. Yeah. Earl is not Earl anymore, and possibly not Earl anymore, and Terrence Crawford gonna beat Earl after car accident, after eye injury, because it's a lot of people already saying that Earl Spence was not Earl Spence versus Danny Garcia. And I seen something different in Earl Spence versus Danny Garcia too. I seen a slower, reactive Earl Spence in that fight. Now it could be because he was off. Okay. Could be because he was off. And he was off for a couple years, right? So it could be that. That could be a picture in it. But do you want, this is the next question. Do you want Earl Spence to have a tune-up or go straight to Terrence Crawford?
I don't really care which way they go with that, to be honest.
Hey, you can come back in, King. I can put you back in. You dropped off. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't really care which way they go about it. I feel like the fight needs to be made. They both adults. Spence got to stand on the stuff he says. He said he don't need no tune-ups. He, 2 belts and all the stuff he posted. So if that's what he's saying, that's what it is. Me personally, in a perfect world, what I would like to see is Spence fight Virgil Ortiz first in Dallas, and then him and Bud fight in Vegas in the summer. Just because it could be a big event, good weather, people could come out, all of that stuff. And just give the actual promotion of the fight time to build. Only because Terrence fought Sean, Errol didn't even fight Manny, so he really hasn't fought much at all in the last 2.5 years due to the accident and COVID and stuff. So I'd like to see him catch up maybe and get one under his belt. But if he don't feel he need it, he don't need it. I mean, he's a grown man. He's a multi-million-dollar athlete. If he made the decision to get in the ring, then he got to be ready, and I got to hold him 100%.
Hey, 913 fighter. Hold on, my fault. 913 fighter, you have to come back in. I have to let you come back in because it's not showing up all the way. Just come back in. I'll put you back in. I would like to see Earl Spence get a tune-up, because I understand. See, at the highest level, this is what you can't do. At the highest level of boxing, now you may can get away with it fighting, a little bit lesser competition. You cannot come into a fight off a 2-year layoff and come in to fight Terrence Crawford off a 2-year layoff. Right. I wouldn't want Terrence Crawford to fight Earl Spence off a 2-year layoff and come in and without a tune-up. I want Errol Spence to get a tune-up. He needs a tune-up fight. Now, it's some people out there saying he need two tune-up fights.
Nah,
I say one. I say one. One you should be, because he already knows how to fight and everything.
Right.
One should put you right there. You know what I'm saying? Just have. Now, would you like to see him fight Ortiz? I don't think he has to fight Ortiz. I mean, I know y'all would like to see that fight. My perfect world is Terrence. They both be on the same card, right? On pay-per-view card, right? Terrence Crawford fight Boots, and he fight Ortiz.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Awesome. That'd be awesome.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
You got to come back in again now, because it's not for some reason it's not showing up.
I'm gonna tell you this right now in front of everybody. If you want to see Terrence Crawford fight Errol Spence, you better not put him in there with no Boots.
Man, he gonna beat Boots, man. Boots don't have the experience to be no Terrence Crawford. Man. Look,
okay.
Boots is look. Boots show great attributes. He shows that he's gonna be there. I'm gonna tell you this, and see this. This is what happens when people try to skip the line, skip over basic things. Boots haven't fought anybody that's gonna get him remotely prepared for Terrence Crawford. Nobody, and I mean not one person. It's steps you have to take in boxing, man. Like when you try to jump the line, hey, ask my guy
you talking about Erickson? Are you talking about Erickson Lubin too?
Erickson Lubin, he did it. He tried to jump the line real quick. You know what I'm saying? He got talent, but you have to. It's things called taking steps, and in boxing, you got to take the right steps, man. Boots does have a lot of promise. He does. He got a lot of promise. He actually got the attributes to possibly beat both of these guys, Errol Spence and Terrence.
He could be. I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Okay.
He could be. He could. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying that too. Okay. Number one, right? Because see what happens with a lot of you guys when it comes to Terrence Crawford is y'all get very mesmerized by the fact that he could switch and he's been stopping people and I respect his skill. He's definitely an elite fighter. He's a dog. He's a finisher. He's skilled, right? But he's special. He's definitely special. But I see holes. I see holes.
You know everybody got holes, right?
Right. I see holes, and I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you when I really I seen stuff before, but when I really seen it was
I know the holes.
Was with Kell Brook. To me, was the most telling. For me, was the most telling. Number one, Terrence Crawford is not that great at an orthodox fighter. He's not. When Terrence Crawford gets in trouble, I want you to go take a look at when he got rocked by Gamboa. He was orthodox. Naturally, when he got rocked by Gamboa, he switched southpaw. He is really better at being a southpaw fighter. Now, what Terrence Crawford likes to do, if you watch how he fight, if you are an orthodox fighter, he's going to start out orthodox and see if he can outbox you in that way. Once he can't, or he tries to, if he can dominate you that way, he will. But if he's not 100% comfortable, he's not dominating you the way he wants to. He's going to turn southpaw. He got way more weapons. Southpaw. He's a lot more comfortable. Southpaw. But what I saw against Kell Brook was this: he don't make really great defensive adjustments. See, he's normally with Terrence Crawford, and this is why I knew he was going to beat Sean Porter, because to me, Sean Porter was going to kind of be just like what's the guy? Felix Diaz, brawler, kind of lunging in there, getting caught, coming in and picked off and all of that. Terrence Crawford, one of his number one attributes is his reach. The dude is 5'8". He got 74-inch reach. All right. You look at Errol Spence is 5'10".
His arms are actually longer than his body.
Yeah. You look at Errol Spence, even though he's 5'10", he got a 72-inch reach. You look at Sean Porter, he got a 64-inch reach. So when Terrence Crawford could get that distance with you because of his reach, he gets very comfortable with that. Now, what I saw with Kell Brook was when he went to go orthodox, Kell Brook outboxed him, almost shut his eye in 3 rounds. And then once he switched southpaw and took Kell Brook's jab away at the end of the third and then the fourth, then he stopped him, which again, People can say what they want to say, but from what I saw, first of all, I wasn't impressed by that at all because Kell Brook washed up. Ain't fought
Mhm.
at the weight in like 4 years, almost 3.5 years, 4 years. And then on top of it, where he got hit was the same place where he had Spence broke up
Well,
for that
both of his
orbital.
eyes was broke up.
Broke up.
Yeah.
So as soon as he got hit with that punch flush there, he because it was well timed and he ran into it too. He almost flew out the ring because he didn't have he don't have the same punch resistance. But the red flag to me with that with Terrence Crawford is see no one wants to take damage in boxing. No one wants their eye to be swelling and shut and all of that. And
Mhm.
and Terrence Crawford only adjustment to that was going southpaw. Number one, because he was fighting a guy just as big as him and with like similar reach as him.
Mhm.
Normally, these guys that he's fighting either are physically inferior to him, number one, or number two,
What
they
about
have
Benavidez?
Benavidez, same thing. I was not impressed with. I said that. With Benavidez, it's the same thing I see with Sean Porter. I was impressed with the stoppage. I was not impressed with the performance. There
Okay.
was nothing he did in the Benavidez fight where you looked up and you was like, damn, this guy's the number one fighter in the world. And
Mhm.
that went 12. But he got the stoppage. So I'm not hating. He got his stoppage. He won the fight, and winning really is all that matters. If you could get a knockout, that's great. This guy he could punch. Terrence Crawford could punch, but Benavidez. You look at Victor Postol, guys who are his size who have reach similar to him. He fights completely different.
You didn't like the Victor Poster fight? He dominated Victor Poster.
In fact, Victor Postol, all he did was dance around the ring.
No, 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 no. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. You don't dance around the ring and drop a dude 3 times.
Listen, he's in, no. First of all, he dropped him. First of all, he dropped
Like
him. No, no, no. First
his
off,
blood touched the ground
no,
too.
first off, because I watched that fight
I
just two
watched it
weeks
too.
ago. 2 weeks ago, so I'm very fresh on that fight. He dropped him twice. Number one, and number two, he fought him off his back foot, and he's really good
What's
with
wrong with
the.
that?
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong. I'm not
They
saying
would have
there's
fought off
nothing
his
wrong.
back foot his whole welterweight career.
Listen, but what I'm saying is the fight was a very boring fight because the style of how he fought him, and you got to do what you got to do to win. I'm not knocking that, but the style and how he fought him. First of all, the crowd was booing because all he did was dance and run around the ring the entire fight and pick him off trying to come in. Now he has the skills to do that, but my point is when there's someone long and rangy, just like him, he's not as aggressive. He does not fight those people
You
the same
mean he's
way.
not as he? You mean he's not because he is aggressive because he ended up stopping them. But you mean he's not as
Oh,
he's
he didn't
not
stop
as
Postall. They went
no
to
no he ain't stopped Postal. But I'm just saying like he has fought long rangey guys and he stopped them. You
yeah.
mean he's not as impressed to you round after round after round?
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
saying the style of how he fights them to me, and I'm going to use the same words is
Mhm.
he's not as aggressive when he knows that he has an advantage over you, especially in the reach department. He's going to fight you way more aggressively.
But
Like
you understand that's boxing 1-on-1 though.
listen,
You understand that?
I get that,
Oh, okay, okay.
but what I'm saying to you is that I see holes. Number two, again, him going southpaw is not going to he's not going to have the same advantage fighting Errol Spence that way. If he come out and try to fight Errol Spence as orthodox, he's going to get beat up because he ain't
Hmm.
that great on that side. He's not at all. All right. And then number two, especially even what I've seen with Sean Porter, right? Errol Spence is going to keep that jab pumping in his face, and there's one thing that a lot of people do not give Errol Spence credit for because they just think he's a mauling fighter and all this stuff. Errol Spence has great offensive footwork to keep you in front of him and stay in range.
Well, he
That
didn't
is
do a
some
good job versus Sean Porter. Sean
which
Porter was all up on him all day, all
right, but
day.
does but they locked horns though. They went at each other. There's a difference. He didn't fight Sean Porter the way Bud fought Sean Porter. Bud didn't come straight at Sean Porter. He fought at his back foot. So there's two different things. And then the second thing with Errol Spence in the Sean Porter fight, as I said, Errol Spence couldn't fight Sean Porter the way Bud did because he wasn't being disciplined. He was in fat camp. He had to just go. He just knew that he's a better fighter than Sean Porter, and he just went in there and just fought him.
You know we can't. You know we can't use that as an excuse, man. Part of greatness is being ready.
No, I'm
Right?
not knocking
Part
that.
of greatness is
That's
being ready.
no,
You
but
can't use that.
well, I'm not using it as an excuse because he won the fight. What I'm stating to you is that he could have fought him differently, but he ain't disciplined. So when
Okay,
he got
okay. So this is the problem. This is the problem with Errol Spence. Now I understand all fighters got flaws. Terrence Crawford has flaws, right? And I know one of Terrence Crawford's biggest flaws that I'm still uncomfortable with it. He still does. He pulls straight back in a straight line. You got to stop doing that now, and he's still doing that. I don't know if that's a muscle memory thing that never been corrected. But that's something that he cannot do that, right? So that's his biggest flaw to me. That's Terrence Crawford's biggest flaw.
he got, but that ain't gonna be his biggest flaw when he fight Errol Spence. I'm gonna tell you what his biggest flaw is.
Well, when I look at look, I've been in the ring and I've been watching boxing for 30 years. I've boxed and I've been watching boxing for 30 years. When I see Terrence Crawford and I see Errol Spence, just on face value, just watching it, Terrence Crawford got a better skill set.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Now, does it mean that he's going to automatically win the fight because he got a better skill set? Because this is what you do versus the opponent that's in front of you.
Correct.
Errol Spence is basic. That's not saying nothing bad about Errol Spence. That means he's fundamentally sound. Errol Spence is a fundamentally sound fighter. He's probably the most fundamentally sound fighter in the game.
In the game.
In the game today. Okay.
You know what you're talking about.
Fundamentals will get you a long way. And fundamentals will allow you to take advantage of mistakes. Okay. Okay. Errol Spence is a great body puncher, great inside fighter. He's a great inside fighter. But like I said, I don't give guys attributes that I don't see. In the ring, you notice that Errol Spence only goes mostly on the inside is when you aren't on the ropes. When you in the center of the ring, Errol Spence likes to use his jab. He doesn't really try to come in on you while y'all in the center of the ring. The only time he does it is when guys move away from him, too much movement, and he moved them to the ropes. And then when he get them on the ropes, he start pounding them to the body, like viciously pounding them to the body. Because what people don't understand is it's hard to get leverage when you're in the center of the ring. That makes sense. On the body shot. It's just hard to get leverage. You got to take a lot of risks. And if you're wrong, and if your punches are short, a guy that can counterpunch real good will make you pay. Now, do you remember the Sean Porter fight versus Errol Spence, right? Do you remember what Kenny Porter was telling Sean Porter in the corner? He kept telling Sean Porter this one thing. He kept telling Sean Porter, give him the body shot. We want the upstairs. You know why? Because this is the reason why a lot of fighters don't go to the body. And that's why Errol Spence is brave with what he's doing. You can get countered upstairs viciously going to the body. If you Kenny Porter kept saying, give him the body shot, we want the upstairs.
But it's just like you said. It's just like you said, though. You would rather take a face shot than a body shot.
Yes, I would rather take a face shot than a body shot.
So it's easy for a person to tell someone that, but when they're not in the ring taking those type of shots and reacting to taking those pain and those type of shots. Because if it was as easy as that, Errol Spence would have lost a long time ago, because everyone knows a huge part of his game is body punching.
Well, you know this too. Okay. Sean Porter doesn't have the power that Terrence Crawford has. And it's going to be Terrence Crawford countering him upstairs and not Sean Porter this time. But so it's going to be different. It's going to be different.
But the difference is Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford have two different fighting styles.
They do, but Terrence Crawford, part of his game is counterpunching.
Oh,
that's probably the most important thing of his game is counterpunching. His legs.
I agree with that, but Sean Porter didn't have major success counterpunching Errol Spence.
Hold on. He hit Errol Spence with some nice counters.
I'm not saying he didn't. What I'm saying is that wasn't where his major success came from. It was just counterpunching Errol Spence. His major success was what he does well, which is come forward and throw a lot of volume punches. So again, when you watch how Terrence Crawford fight, that's not how he fights, and he don't fight like that. So we can't compare them two fighting in that way.
Okay, now Terrence Crawford doesn't fight you a lot like a lot of swarming punches like that. But I'm gonna tell you something about Terrence Crawford. This is the reason why he does go southpaw. A lot of people got their inklings, and I got my inklings of why he goes southpaw. I'm gonna tell you why Terrence Crawford goes southpaw. He goes southpaw because he figured you out. Now he's trying to stop you. Because at heart, Terrence Crawford is a guy that want to stop you. At heart, he's a fighter. He's not really a boxer. Now he can box and got boxing ability. But what he always say, Bo Magnum always tell me, Terrence don't fight. Terrence don't fight. Because at his core, he wants to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Terrence Crawford wants to come and get you.
And
he's willing to get got to come and get you.
But again, and I was going to touch on that. That's his weakness, and that's why he's going to lose to Errol Spence.
No.
That's his. I'm going to tell you because I saw it happen again against Sean Porter. Sean Porter caught him with something. I seen Terrence change into that guy who wanted to get his lick right back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if a fight break out and they swinging for the fences, both of them,
mm-hmm.
I'm putting my money on Errol Spence.
So I'm about to ask you that. Who you think punch harder, Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence?
I think Terrence Crawford punches sharper, if that makes sense, and I think Errol Spence punches heavier. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. But that's not what I see. Okay.
I think
I'm about to bring up something that people are sensitive about now.
Yeah,
people are sensitive about this fight right here.
I think he's
what happened with Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia? Why didn't he stop Mikey Garcia?
I'll tell you again, because see, I at that particular time, I was around that camp quite a bit. You know what I'm saying?
Are you from Dallas?
No, I'm not. I'm not from Dallas. But what I tell you is this: Errol Spence, when at that point in time, Errol Spence, before he fought Mikey Garcia, he was on an 11. He was on an 11 streak, 11 knockout streak. He had stopped his 11 straight opponents. Mm-hmm. The last person that he didn't stop before he went into that that knockout streak was a guy named Ronald Cruz. After the Ronald Cruz fight, he hired his strength and conditioning coach, who most people know on the internet is Blu-ray Fitness. Mm-hmm. I know Blu-ray. Blu-ray is the type of guy who his strength and conditioning is not the normal strength and conditioning. His strength and conditioning is more like, I don't know if you're familiar with like a lot of these guys or guys who've been in prison who go to the park and do 4, 5, 6, 7, 800 pull-ups, dips. Yeah. So when all that time, Errol Spence, people was, because you remember there was a time where everyone was accusing him of being on steroids. Mm-hmm. Remember that, right? He was focused, hungry, in the gym, and he was doing those type of workouts with Blu-ray 3 times a week. When he got up to the Mikey Garcia fight, so I'll tell you this: before the Mikey Garcia fight was the Carlos Ocampo fight. Yep. All right. I was at the Carlos Ocampo fight. I was at the Carlos Ocampo fight and actually got to hang out and party with Errol Spence after the fight. I was in his locker room after the fight. Mm-hmm. All I'll say is this. Mm-hmm. There were things that I witnessed while I was out partying that shocked me.
Okay. I mean, I'm not. Look, I've been hearing this stuff about Errol Spence for a little while. But he likes to drink. He likes to party. Look, man. But you can't beat a Spartan like Terrence Crawford out there doing that stuff.
And I agree with that, but I just want to finish my point because we were talking about what happened with the Mikey Garcia fight. So I don't know if guys remember, there was a boxing expo, I think it was in Vegas or something, where Errol Spence and his people, they were selling a lot of shirts. He had a long line and everything, and people had walked up on him, and he had a gut. He had
was that when Andre Ward was out there with him?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe Andre Ward was at an expo with at the table talking to Errol Spence.
It could have been. It's possible because a lot of boxers came in, and people came and stuff. So basically, if you live it, I'm gonna put it to you like this: it don't matter. You know, if you was in the ring or you've been around fighters and stuff. If a lot of times if a person is living a lifestyle that's not conducive to what they should be doing for their
Hmm.
profession,
Hmm.
you have some people who have great genetics and they can live a bad lifestyle, but if they're working out hard all the time, 3 times a day, it won't really show. But
Hmm.
once they stop, it's just like football players. It's like once they stop, all of a
They
sudden
get fat.
they get fat,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what happened with Spence. He got fat, he got flabby, he got soft, and he had to go. And you know how it is when you're going into these fights. If you got to drop 40 pounds, right? And you ain't doing strength and conditioning and stuff like that. You already a big guy technically at the weight class,
Hmm.
and then you got to drop all of these pounds, and you ain't been doing the things you supposed to do, and you got to drain yourself. You're not going to be as strong. The first thing, I was at the Mikey Garcia fight. I was ringside for that fight, and when Earl said that he didn't want to stop Mikey Garcia, he just wanted to outbox him. That was a lie, because I was
I
right
knew
there.
that. You ain't gotta tell me that was a lie. I knew that was a
Because
lie.
I was right there, and I saw it in the ninth round. He tried to he wanted to turn it up on Mikey, but he didn't have it in him. And you know what his father said right after the fight to him? His punches weren't the same. They had the same impact, and he didn't go from doing what he was doing and straighten his shit up. He got deeper into living fast and carried that shit into the Sean Porter fight. So the difference basically with those two fights was he got a bag for the Ocampo, because I was backstage with them, or whatever you want to say, after he did the post conference, and we were in the back of we were in the Star, which is the practice facility where Ocampo was at, and they were
Hmm.
interviewing him, and Errol was like, "Yo, for this fight, I got a bag for this fight." And basically, that was the first fight where he like co-promoted. It was spent Man Down Promotions. It was a sellout. It was like 15,000. And let me tell you something. The amount of merchandise they were selling, it was ridiculous in there. They was selling a lot of merchandise. He made a lot of money, and it seemed like once he got that real money like that, they say sometimes money will turn you into who you really are. That's what happened with that dude.
Okay, so what if I say this? What if I say, because this is what usually happen in fighters' careers, whether they out drinking or whatever they doing.
Mm-hmm.
When the competition gets at a certain level, the knockouts stop.
Okay.
That happens to a lot of fighters.
But that didn't
Hold
happen.
on.
Go ahead.
Because it's evidence here. It's evidence here. Because remember, he didn't stop Mikey Garcia, nor Sean Porter, nor Danny Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
And those are all better fighters than he was fighting before he fought them three guys. And is it any coincidence that those three guys are the better fighters and they didn't get stopped?
I kind of disagree.
It has to be. Look. Blu-ray wasn't in his corner for that fight. I don't know if Blu-ray trained him or not. He said Blu-ray said he wasn't in his training camp or whatever for that fight. I don't know what happened, if they fell out. What happened? I don't know. That's their business.
Right.
That's their business.
Right.
What I was telling people, but when he was on that long knockout streak, I told people, like, I'm never impressed with a fighter that has a long knockout streak. You know why? It's because of this. Is it that your fighter is not going up the steps like he's supposed to, and you just got him stagnated somewhere, so he keep knocking out these same level fighters?
Mm-hmm.
Because at some point you have to keep moving your fighter up, like that Belanga guy. I'm not impressed by Belanga.
Yeah, I am.
I'm not impressed because
at all,
because he's not stepping up
Yeah.
with competition.
Yeah,
And if you're gonna continue fighting the same level of fighters that you fighting, of course you're gonna keep knocking those guys out.
Yeah, he's a gimmick.
That doesn't impress me, but I know what they building. They trying to build a puncher, and they're gonna find somebody that's a boxer. They're gonna try to build a puncher versus the boxer.
Facts.
Try to make a lot of money. That's what that's what they building that up for.
100% facts.
Would you agree that if Mikey Garcia was fighting Terrence Crawford that night, he would have got stopped?
Yeah, I believe he absolutely would have gotten stopped by Terrence Crawford, without a doubt.
I'm gonna tell you this about Errol Spence power. You may think he's heavy-handed. To me, he's more of a grinder type guy. He grinds you down over the course of the fight. And it's mostly because of the body shots, which I told you, the body shots are so debilitating, they stay with you. And it makes everything else feel harder when you get hit. It's
Okay.
because you are so worn down, and the body shots take away a lot of endurance. You know, you played the game, I played the game, right? You know, when you play the boxing game or any fighting game, when you beat that guy's body up, his endurance start going down. It's the same way with Earl. Earl is more of a grinder. Terrence is more of a precision
Sharpshooter. Yeah, yeah, sure.
and
Terrence
the
is sharp.
sharper punches usually hurt you a little bit more.
Yeah, especially
Now,
if you don't
Triple
see
G
him.
is a guy to me that's heavy-handed. Triple G doesn't have to really swing hard, and you find out like, why is that guy hurt? He didn't even swing. That's heavy hands. That's a guy that you call, because I used to spar with this guy. He wasn't that big, but his hands were heavy. Like I sparred with like a guy that was a light heavyweight, and I sparred with him. He was a middleweight. His hands was his punches felt a whole lot different than that heavyweight punches.
But
that heavyweight punches was 225 pounds.
But you have people who have actually been in the ring with Errol Spence, bigger guys who have been in the ring with Errol Spence that's not part of his camp, who said he's the guy who's hit them the hardest, he's the strongest, and he's the strongest puncher they've ever been in there with. But see,
you saying through camp, right? That's important what you're saying through camp, because look, maybe Errol Spence should not be at 47. Maybe he should be at 60, and then we can see his true power. You know what I'm saying? Because he's bringing too much weight.
Right. I think at the very least he should be at 54. But
okay, at the very least 54. But at 47, maybe that's taking a little bit too much out of him.
Yeah. But again, he got to stand on his nuts. That's where he fight at.
Yeah,
it is what it is. So I don't make no excuse for that. You know,
if that boy got to lose, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, because I went through with the Tito Trinidad versus Hopkins fight, and I remember when that fight was like in 2000
masterpiece. I seen
2001.
I seen that live. That was a masterpiece.
I didn't go to the fight. I didn't go to the fight, but I seen it on TV.
I seen it. Yeah.
So
that was a masterpiece.
But when they were going through the press conferences, and Hopkins brought up a telling thing, he said, he said, I heard a rumor that Tito Trinidad got to lose 40 pounds for this fight. He said, y'all really think a guy that's living that type of life got to lose 40 pounds? He going to beat me? And I'm always in shape. It's something about always being right there on weight, or close to weight. Yep. When you have to lose 40 pounds, do you understand what that takes out of you?
True. And Floyd said the same thing about Ricky Hatton, you know, so I get that. But again, right, you're bringing up my point for me. Errol Spence, you just seen him at the fight. He don't have to lose 40 pounds. He had to lose 40 pounds for those two fights where he didn't get no stoppages.
So you think he's on weight? You think
he's definitely on weight.
He's close to weight.
He's
how much do you think he's walking around at right now?
Probably like 160. He's definitely on weight. And he had just posted something maybe like a couple of weeks ago where he was on vacation and he was in the gym jumping rope and he was small.
Yeah, I know. I seen him jumping rope.
You know what I'm saying?
He's 160. Okay.
He's probably in the low 160s.
That's still a lot of weight too.
I mean,
that's nothing to boo-boo about. That's nothing to
I mean, for 147, if you 160 walking around,
look. See,
it's a growth 30.
Fighters can get away with this because it's not same day weigh in, same day fight. Because if it was same day weigh in, same day fight, a lot of fighters would be in a whole lot better shape. Because you wouldn't be able to rehydrate with a what's the name? You know what I'm saying? Getting rehydration. Right. So 160 in the low 160s is still a lot. That's almost 20 pounds. That's like close to
but he's right. But he's also a grown 31-year-old man.
Hey, Mayweather was a grown 30-something-year-old man, and he was 5 pounds away from being on weight. So don't give me that excuse.
But Mayweather is. But listen. But Mayweather is a physically smaller human being than Errol Spence.
But he was right there on weight. He was right there.
Yeah, right. Right. But so what you're telling me is when Mayweather was fighting at 135, he was walking around at 140. When he was at 147, he was walking around at 150, 151, and not having
bad.
No, that's great. But you have to understand him, like Terrence Crawford, are smaller human beings where they started their career in lower weight classes.
That's the point that I'm
So
trying to get to you.
right. So
Earl Spence is in the wrong weight division.
okay. So I can't say he is because he got 2
I can
belts.
say that.
So I can't make that.
No.
Like,
What I'm saying is this is maybe we're not seeing the best of Earl Spence.
I don't think we are.
Okay, so that means that he's shrinking himself. Like when Terrence Crawford and him met, and Terrence Crawford, see, people kind of overlook that when Terrence Crawford said, "When I beat him, people gonna say he stayed too long at the weight."
And he was.
I'm
weak.
telling you, that's a big thing. You can stay too long at the weight. These guys been around. I've been around boxing, and I understand. You can stay too long at the weight. You don't understand when that day gonna come. You don't find out that day until you in the ring. You don't find it out until you get in the ring, and it is too late. It's too late to figure out that you're too long at the weight. It's too late then. It may be too late when he get in that ring and find out that things is not firing it off like it's supposed to. You know how some people come to the corner and like, man, I can't get off. No, you can't get off because you stand at the weight too long. That's why you can't get off.
Right. I agree with that, but I'm just saying that's a if because we don't know that.
Yeah, well,
like
I don't look. Terrence Crawford win this fight, man. I don't want to hear no. I don't want to hear.
There won't be. Listen,
none.
There's
none. Get that man his look. Terrence Crawford is the best.
Listen,
Terrence Crawford is the best welterweight of this generation. I'm telling you.
Listen to what I'm saying. There won't be any excuses because
From
Terrence
you,
Crawford.
from you.
There won't be any excuses. Listen, none of boxing's outcomes are personal to me.
No. I know that.
So I'm not the type of guy that you see on social media who has to defend something even if it's wrong or I don't do that.
Yeah.
If he lose, he lose. I still got to pay my bills, wake up in the morning, like the next morning. So that don't matter to me. All I'm saying, but what I also want to know, right? Because we're just talking to hypotheticals because the fight hasn't happened and we don't know the outcome. Now, I notice a lot of people are very, very confident. Now, if Terrence Crawford loses the fight,
I've been because I make videos too. I've been confident that Terrence Crawford is going to be the best at 147 when he was at lightweight. And you can ask everybody that I talked to when he was at 135. When I was seeing him fight and seeing his skill set, I told everybody, I said, he can go to 47 and beat all those guys. Oh no, he's too little, man. No, he's not too little. Look at his dimensions. I look at fighter dimensions. I don't look at that you're skinny because I know skinny people are strong.
Right.
I used to be real thin when I was in high school. I was 120 pounds throwing guys at 160 pounds around. So I know skinny people can be strong. So I don't look at people. I don't look at people body structures as much. I want to see what you do in the ring. And I told people, I said he's not too small. Look at his skill set. Look at this man, how he boxes. Look at his legs and look at his reach. He can compete and he can beat those guys at 47. I'm confident that he can beat the one guy that I was worried about because at the time he was ruling the 47 division. The one guy I was worried about was Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman can take the fight wherever you want to take the fight. He has the legs, he has the power, he has the quick twitch, and he has the explosiveness. Mm-hmm. I thought Keith Thurman was going to be Terrence Crawford's biggest hurdle. I never thought Earl Spence was going to be his bigger hurdle. Yeah. Never.
Yeah, I mean, and
I thought it was going to be Keith Thurman.
Listen, that's a fair assessment. Like there's no way these two fighters are such great fighters that you can't be upset either way anyone chooses to pick, and whatever outcome because both ways are very much so possible. All I've stated is again because I asked a question and you told me this is that what happens if Terrence Crawford loses?
If he loses, I give all credit to Earl Spence if he loses because look, let's just put it this way: no, Terrence Crawford is not invincible. Okay, I'm not one of those guys walking around saying Terrence Crawford because I see his flaws. I see the one flaw that I'm really worried about is pulling back straight forward. That's the flaw that I don't like. I don't mind him going into the southpaw position and trying to hunt his man down and get his man out of there. That's what you're supposed to do in boxing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta and look when people say, well, if he can't outbox a guy, orthodox, he got to go southpaw. But that's part of being versatile. Because if you can't get it done this way, you got to have plan B, C. You got to have other plans. You can't just have one plan and that don't work and now you stuck. The fact that he go orthodox and it's not working for him against Carol Brook, and then he turns southpaw and he stops Carol Brook, you should be praising him for that, because you can say, oh, okay, he could do something different. Because if he would have stayed the course against Carol Brook, we don't know what would have happened.
Now that's a fact, and I do, and listen, that's in his arsenal, so I do give him credit and praise for being able to have that. It served him very well. But what I'm just trying to also show you, because you're appreciating the fact that he can do that, but what I've seen from Terrence Crawford from studying him as a fighter is the southpaw is he doesn't turn southpaw just because he want to switch. He turns southpaw because that's the best stance he fights out of. It is.
Yeah,
It's the best stance it's the best stance that he fights out of, and a lot of the time he's not fighting a person his size, as skillful or on the same level as he is. I never believed Sean Porter was on his level. Sean Porter has never won a step up fight in his career, except for
hey, look, say that again. Say that again. I've been saying that. Okay.
That's why that's why I said what I said. Okay. He's never won a step up fight in his career. He almost and should have lost to Ugas, right? Who's not on the level of a Terrence Crawford, which that's how I knew he was going to lose, because I saw him get beat up in that fight. But on a flip side of that, Sean Porter is a very courageous, very durable fighter, very awkward fighter. So I commend him for everything that he's done in the sport.
Yeah, but a lot of people are so high on him beating Sean. I'm not that high on him beating Sean Porter.
Yeah,
I'm not that high on. I visualized.
I saw it too. I called it. Porter. And a lot of people say, "Oh no," because you have boxing fans that they don't watch film, or they don't really study fighters. They're just fans of the sport. You know what I'm saying? They just fans of the sport, and they just go off some shit that they saw in the past. They'll say something like, "Well, Sean Porter's never been stopped, so I don't see Bud stopping him." But are you looking at the attributes and how they match up stylistically? Because when I looked at how they matched up stylistically, it was easy for me to see that Sean Porter was going to get stopped. And I said it from the time the fight was announced, because he's never won a step up fight, and this is a step up fight. You know what I'm saying?
Won a step up fight.
Yeah,
right.
He ain't never won a step up fight.
Welterweight champion 2 times and never won a step up fight. That's
I mean, well, I'll give him his first one. I'll call it a step up fight because he was somewhat early in his career, which was Devin Alexander. So I guess in a way, I mean, Devin Alexander wasn't an elite fighter, because I saw before that. No, but I'm just saying, for where Porter was at, I'd have to, if I'm fair, I'd call it a step up fight for where he was at in his career at the time that he beat him. You know what I mean? Because when he fought Devin Alexander, I remember Devin Alexander getting completely outboxed and dominated by Timothy Bradley.
Yep, at 140.
Yep. So I saw that. So again, with Sean Porter going forward, he never won a step up fight. And then him and Danny Garcia was a super close fight. He was just a little bit more active than Danny Garcia, and that's how he pulled it out. But that fight was super close, you know. And then
Danny Garcia won all his step up fights at 140.
Right. But Danny Garcia ain't beat a damn soul at 147 either. So
you telling it to the choir.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Danny Garcia is a master of beating up small people at 140. Like, the most dominating fight that he had at 147 was against the young boy that came all the way up from 140. What's his name? That fought Adrian Broner.
Oh, you talking about for who? For who?
For Danny Garcia. That was
when he beat my guy. Shoot.
I just had his name right there.
What's his name?
I have his face in my head.
Hold on, let me look it up, man. Oh, Matisse.
No. I'm Matisse. I'm talking about at 147.
Oh, at 147. You're not talking about Robert Guerrero, are you?
No, the small guy who came up from 140.
That
fought Broner, Adrian Granados, right? Adrian Granados, small frame, bad defense at any weight class, but
Yeah,
Danny could
highlight knockout.
but right, so Danny could punch, but that's the same as like what he did to Rob Salka. These physically smaller guys, Danny Garcia could get out of there and dominate because I mean he's at a certain level as a fighter, a very experienced fighter, and guys like that can't take his power. But bigger guys who could take his power, he don't have the athletic ability or just the physical skills to beat guys who could that he can't hurt and take his power because he's always waiting for you to throw a punch so he could throw a punch. Uh, he's not he doesn't really take the action to people like that. Just like how Keith Thurman cracked him and he backpedaled for 9 rounds until Keith Thurman took the rest of the fight off. So I knew when Sean Porter was close with him that he wasn't on that level. I knew that. And when Errol Spence, I kid you not, when I saw Errol Spence fight Sean Porter directly after the fight happened, I posted on social media all my bets with Errol Spence are off because I got be having bets out there because I knew from what I knew about him that he wasn't in the best shape and he wasn't focused and a lot of people looked at the Errol Spence fight and the Sean Porter fight and went and said him and Sean Porter went life and death together except for the knockdown. It was a very close fight and Errol Spence didn't stop him. So Sean Porter's rugged and no one's going to be able to stop him. But what I'm trying to tell you is that Errol Spence wasn't as strong in that fight because he's undisciplined. It was that you didn't you got someone who fought Sean Porter and beat him because they're just a better fighter than them, but didn't have everything as a fighter, wasn't together mentally, physically, and spiritually when he got in the ring. He just know it's just like if you know that you better than somebody at something,
Hmm.
if you try to do things the most organized way to do it, but you ain't really been working on your shit, so it ain't you can't get it off like that. You just going basically just take it to that person because you just know you better. You can't say, and that's what Errol Spence did with Sean Porter. But
Okay, so isn't it something to say about Terrence that he's always ready?
yes, yes, I commend him for
That
that.
man is always ready, and in
I could
boxing,
I
that's
commend him for
important.
that. Yeah, no, and I commend him for that. And I think that gave him a huge edge. I don't feel that the Errol Spence that fought. I'll put it to you like this, and I'm gonna see what you say.
Hmm.
I don't think the Errol Spence that fought Mikey Garcia or Sean Porter could beat Terrence Crawford, right? But I know for a fact in my heart that
Hmm.
the Errol Spence that fought Kell Brook,
Hmm.
Terrence Crawford cannot beat him. I know that. That if you go back and look at the film, because you seem like you a brother who loved the sport and knowledgeable
Hmm.
about the sport and everything like that, you probably will go back and look at the film, unlike other people who just be like, mm-hmm,
I'm gonna go back. You know what?
mm-hmm.
I'm down here. I'm down here with my big screen. I'm gonna put it on right now.
I want you to take a look. If you go take a look at
I haven't seen it in a couple years.
go take a look at the Kell Brook fight. Go take a look at Earl Spence's shape, how solid he looked, and then also take a look of the power and the impact of his punches, and then go and take a look at the impact and power of his punches against Mikey and against Sean. It's not the same. The same fighter is not in the ring. And even in my talks with Blu-ray, we both agreed on that. He knew it. He's like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like Blu-ray's just like, look, he'll come back to me whenever he decides to come back to me. There's no way in the world that you can be uh, a fighter, right? Who does workouts 3 times a week where your warm up to get into the workout is 750 push-ups. That's the warm out to get into your workout. There's no way that you could be the same guy as physically strong and the same person who hasn't done that, like going into fights. And on top of that, has been undisciplined in many other ways that take away from stuff like that. Because part of doing workouts like that is it helps keep you closer to being on weight all the time, right? Even when you're not, for instance, in camp. But if you are out there living however you living, fast partying and stuff like that, and you ain't doing anything, that's just gonna show up on you. It's in so many different ways. So again, that's all on Spence. That's all on him. And uh I respect Terrence Crawford because that don't exist with him. You know what I'm saying? Like that don't exist with him. So I give him the edge. But one thing that people don't know or don't realize about Errol Spence is before those episodes where he just went off the deep end partying like that, he was also known for being a gym rat and being like a Terrence Crawford as well in terms of putting in the work, being a self starter, being very focused. I had a person who told me going into was it the I don't know if it was the Mikey fight or the Porter fight. It could have been the Porter fight actually. When right before like a week before camp started, he came to a gym and at the gym he threw like 1,200 jabs. That's all he did. He threw like 1,200 jabs. You know, like he has it in him to where he's a self starter in that way, but he lost his way and Terrence Crawford didn't. So when I see them meeting up, I remember Andre Ward saying this one time. He said, when you get in the ring, you know what I'm saying, that extra mile you knew you should have ran, you know what I'm saying, or the time that hour you skipped where you should have worked out. He says all that shit shows up in the ring. And that's why I say when him and Terrence Crawford, if they would have met during that time, Terrence Crawford most likely would have won the fight. But the guy that fought Kell Brook, he would seriously hurt Terrence Crawford.
Does okay? Because I don't think any version, but I don't think any version can be Terrence Crawford. But okay, let's just say you say the one that fought Kell Brook. Is that fighter still exists?
That's the question. Me personally, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know because I haven't seen that guy since Carlos Ocampo, and that's a very long time ago. I don't know. So we just don't know. I don't know. But one thing I know, and I'll say it like this: Terrence Crawford is more like Shaq, and Earl Spence is more like Tim Duncan. In turn, if I could make a parallel, like Terrence Crawford seems to be more explosive, flashy, is more box office. You want to see it, the way he fight, his style, his movement, all that stuff. And Errol Spence is just like a big fundamental where sometimes it's just underappreciated what he does because it's just done in such a fundamental way. But again, me personally, I think that when these guys fight, the fight is going to be very similar to a Kell Brook fight. I think Terrence Crawford is going to do a great job and have success in the beginning of the fight. Boxing, he's going to have success. He's going to hit Earl with some shots. They're going to trade some shots because Earl does take some shots. They're going to trade
Hey,
shots.
if you wanna stick around for this debate I'm gonna have with my guy Boss Knowledge about Demetrius Andrade, because this man love Demetrius Andrade and he believe Canelo is ducking Demetrius Andrade. We got to talk about this because he want to get it off his chest. So
Okay.
I'm gonna let him get it off his chest. Because him and this Demetrius Andrade stuff, man. I mean, look, I used to like Demetrius Andrade when he was at 154. I thought when he was at 154 that he can possibly beat Canelo when he was at 154, because I've seen a different Demetrius Andrade. He was more crisp. He boxed real well, nice power, nice height, nice reach. Since he's went up in weight and he's fighting like the same competition and fighting a lot of guys with names I can't pronounce. I need to be hooked on phonics to pronounce their names. He has regressed to me. In that last fight, you see how he was loading up with his head down and come on, man, Canelo won't take your fucking head off.
Yeah,
doing that shit. But I want him to come up in here so he can get it off his chest. He coming. He'll be in a minute.
Okay.
You want to get it off his chest.
Yeah, no problem, man. I appreciate you having me on your platform.
No, you good. You good. Shoot, I mean, I like talking about boxing, all types of sports. Yeah. I like talking about everything, man. I mean, me and my guys, the better conversations is the ones we just be having on the phone. Like if we had uploaded those conversations, boy. Those are some conversations, man. For that, and we be on the phone for 3, 4, 5 hours. Like I'd be at work and I'm on the phone. I'd be on the phone for my whole shift.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody that um has spent time in both camps.
Mhm.
A neutral person who actually
Mhm.
loves both guys, Spence and Bud.
Oh, here you go, right here.
Oh
What's
yeah,
up, boss? Now, just we gonna get it.
What's up, baby boy?
We gonna get this off your chest, okay?
Get what
We
off
gonna
my
get this
chest, man.
Demetrius Andrade stuff because I even got Demetrius Andrade right here. I got him right here. I'm talking about Demetrius Andrade. We gonna do some Demetrius Andrade talk, and this will probably be the last time I talk about Demetrius Andrade.
That's
But
cool, man. It could be the last time we talk about the
it
brother.
could be the last time. So we're gonna try to pick up what we picked up from last time. So you were talking about something, and then we both got cut off. But I don't know if you remember.
Okay, so I'll just say this, and I'll just leave it at that. This is what I believe. When you move all the belts and all the bullshit aside, all the politics aside, I believe that, what I'm saying, from what I've seen from all the fighters, had Demetrius Andrade got the proper shots he deserved in his career, he'll probably be considered a pound for pound number one fighter in the world right now. That's what I believe. But because he hasn't got his shot and he doesn't have certain names on black and white, we can't make that claim. It'd just be, opinionated based on what we see, and not what's so in the ring. But I think if everybody would have got their proper shots, you know what I'm saying? I think he would have, the cream would have rose to the top. You feel me? I think he the cream of the crop. That's how I feel about him. You know what I'm saying? Period. Shit. I think Floyd got a lot of shots in his decade. That's how I believed about him. He proved that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I think, it's unfortunate with politics, but I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And hopefully he get his shots now.
I know what we was talking about. I know exactly what we was talking about.
Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like right now they looking at 3 big names, you know what I mean? Or 3 good names that look good on his resume. All 3 look good on his resume. And I think with his attitude, you know what I mean, and nigga ready to fight anybody. So, I like fighters like that. I like fighters that they fight, they're ready to fight anybody. You know what I mean? They ain't trying to be scared, you know what I mean? Because if you a fighter, you can look at a fighter and know if you can whoop him or not. You know what I'm saying? And I know professional fighters can too.
You're not saying Canelo was scared, right? You're not saying Canelo was scared, right?
I mean, Canelo, he doing what he doing. If I'm gonna talk about Andrade, I'm gonna talk about Andrade. Hey, look, if I'm gonna talk about Andrade, I'm gonna talk about the people in his weight division. I believe the people in his weight division are afraid to some degree. They have fear to some degree, except the ones that don't. They actually get in the ring.
No, we talking about Canelo. It's Canelo.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's a guy in another weight class, man. You know what I'm saying? So
no,
it's all opinion.
No,
it's all opinion at that point, bro. Hey, look, that's all opinion at that point.
You
I
know
believe
that Demetrius Andrade could have went to 168 and challenged the man at 168. He got the WBO title.
I think he tried to challenge the man when they was in a weight class at the same time. He tried. I believe he wanted to challenge him. I believe he wanted to challenge him. When he had the WBO title at 154, he said Canelo was his mandatory. He challenged him there. He called him a bitch. Canelo fought James Kirkland instead. When he was at 160, he wanted to fight him. You know what I'm saying? He challenged him there when he got the WBO strap. So I mean, I think he definitely wanted to fight him. And you know what I'm saying? Into Canelo's business, he moved up and he handled his business. So that's.
So hold on. Canelo. So you saying Canelo ducked Demetrius Andrade at 154, right?
I'm saying no. What I'm saying is Canelo Alvarez was the WBO mandatory, number one mandatory, number one contender, and Demetrius Andrade. When the WBO pressured him to fight somebody, he said, "Okay, well, Canelo's my mandatory. I'll fight him." And Canelo did not say yes, and they stripped him. And Smith, got the title, and Canelo fought him instead for that title
at 154.
At 154.
Okay,
so when he moved up, Canelo handle his business.
No, let's stick with 154 first. We gonna move.
Wait a minute.
Let's 154.
You want me to tell you where I feel?
No, because I don't want too much. Let's just stick at 154. So
okay,
you saying at 154 he said no to the fight?
I'm saying at 154.
I'm asking you a question. Did the man say no to the fight? Because you just said that Canelo said no.
Yes. Was he the number one mandatory?
No. I'm asking you, did the man say no to the fight though, boxologist?
If he was,
You can't just say stuff out the wind.
okay, if he was the number one contender in his mandatory, and he decided not to exercise his mandatory title shot, then he did say no to the fight.
So you saying Demetrius Andrade was the champion and Canelo said no as the number one contender?
Yes.
No, that's not accurate, boxologist.
Okay.
He did not say no. He did not say no. I don't want to fight him. No, just because hold on, boxologist. Just because you don't activate your number one contender spot, that doesn't mean you saying no to the fight. He had something else that he wanted to do.
Is it a fact?
No. See, you can't be putting mis facts out. You can't say somebody said no.
Let me know when you're done.
Send me in the link. Send me what Canelo said no to the Andrade fight at 154.
I'm not about to do all that, bro. I'm driving.
Okay. So he fought Laura at 154. He fought Mayweather at 154.
I'm not distracted. Look, I'm not. Hey, listen,
at 154.
There's no point in you telling me who he fought there, bro. Hey, listen, bro. There's no point in you telling me who he fought. I'm not challenging who he fought at 154. G. I'm just saying he didn't fight Andrade.
Hold on. You saying he ducked him and he said no to the fight?
I'm saying he said. You keep saying the word duck. I'm saying that Demetrius Andrade said, I will fight my mandatory, whose name is Canelo Alvarez, as the number one contender. And I'm saying that when the champion said yes to the fight, the number one contender said no to the fight because he didn't take it. Now you can spin that. Oh, wait. Let me finish. Now, for whatever reason, is for whatever reason. I'm just saying he said no when he said yes. Now, whoever else he fought in division is irrelevant. I'm talking about these two Pacific fighters right here, if that's who we're going to talk about. I'm not talking about
but you don't get to make up your reason, though.
Willie Nelson. I'm not talking about nobody else, bro. I don't care about nobody else.
Reason, though. You making up a reason by saying
I'm not making up a reason. I'm showing you what happened, bro. If you look at black and white.
Let's say he did not activate his title shot. Don't say the man said no to the fight. See, because when you say the man said no to the fight, that's saying that he ducked out of the fight. That's saying that he ducked out of the fight. Because when you say a person saying no to the fight,
I'm not saying anything. I'm saying no. That's what you are also recognizing.
You don't want to say that. You don't want to say that,
bro. Listen. I'm putting it out there as exactly what happened. Now, how you interpret what happened is how you interpret it. If you interpret it, hey, listen.
You playing with the words, man.
Okay, go ahead, bro. Let me know when you're done.
Yeah, you playing with the words because all you have to say is this. If in fact this happened the way you say it happened, in fact, if you saying it happened the way you say happened, all you had to say was he did not activate his title shot. He went to go do something else. You're saying this. This is what you said. That's your mouth.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said.
No, stop. You added on there.
You keep saying that.
You added on there and you said that he said no to the fight. That's what you added on there.
Bro, if you didn't exercise it and say, yes, bro, listen. Bro, I know you're not slow.
No,
if I send you a contract, bro, listen, if I send you a contract and you don't sign the contract and exercise to agree with the contract, what are you saying?
Bro, he sent the contract to Canelo. Hold on. Did he send a contract?
No, the WBO has the contract, bro. The WBO gave him the WBO. Bro, listen, bro. If the WBO sends you, if the champion say, bro, listen. If the champion say yes, I'll fight you. The WBO will send you some sort of formal contract, bro, letting you know the champion has agreed to exercise fighting his number one mandatory, who is you. That's why you're paying them. So they have to let you know that.
Did they send him the contract? Did they send him the contract,
bro? They communicated that by paperwork. I assure you, bro.
Did they send him the contract, though? Did they send him the contract?
Yes, they sent him the sanction about, bro. Of course.
Okay, so you saying that
they have the sanction about, bro.
Canelo had a contract at 154 that he didn't sign.
You said what?
So you saying they sent him a contract?
I'm saying Canelo had a contract on the table.
He did.
That could have got him a shot at the title, and he did not execute.
That's news.
He did not.
That is news. Show me that. Show me where that's at. that
What
he
you mean
had
show
a
you where it's
contract
at,
on the
bro?
table and he decided to fight Andre.
Bro, you can go.
But
Hey,
you
bro,
never,
you go.
hold on,
If
you
you go
never
to
talked about
WBO,
that.
hey, listen,
You never brought this up before.
bro, what do you
Never.
mean, bro?
You
If you
never
go to
brought this up before.
WBO, if you
We've
go to
been talking for a long time
WBO.com,
about this. You never brought up that he did not sign a contract that was sent to him at 150.
no, bro. Listen, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro. Just like Jaime Munguia right now, they got a contract on the table right now to fight him because they the #1 contender.
Okay, we
You heard
moving on
Eddie
to
Hearn say,
160 because that.
bro. You heard Eddie Hearn
160.
say that in the post fight, right?
So what
They
happened?
said they got a contract on the table right now. He don't have to do
What
a
happened at
title
160? Because
eliminator.
you're embarrassing
He can
yourself right now. What
exercise
happened
his
at
right to
160?
fight him, bro.
What
Just
happened
like
at
Canelo
160,
could have did,
Basnazi?
but he chose not to because he know he would have lost.
Basnazi,
And you,
what
I
happened
ain't
at
gonna argue
160?
that, bro.
What
That's
happened
not
at
worth
160?
arguing.
What happened
What
at
you mean?
160? What happened at 160? You said
He didn't want. What you mean?
You said
He
he
vacated
fought
the
at
titles,
160
bro,
either.
instead of unifying the titles. That's
Okay,
what
so
happened.
what did he do instead of fighting Andrade?
He vacated the titles and
He
left the
did what?
division.
And he did what?
He vacated the titles and left the division.
And fought
Whatever he did,
Kovalev.
whatever he did, everything he's
You
done.
got, just say the whole truth of what the man did.
Bro, you said what did he do? I said he vacated the titles. We talking about Andrade and Canelo. I ain't talking about who the nigga fought on. You said what he do?
If we talking about Canelo, we're talking about what Canelo did when he vacated. So he vacated.
Okay,
so
ladies and gentlemen,
he vacated the title.
Wait. Whoa, slow down. You said what did Canelo do at 160? This is what Canelo did. Canelo won every single. I'm telling you what Canelo did. Canelo won every single title at 160 instead of Boo Boo Andrade's title.
Okay, so but he went up and fought Kovalev.
I'm telling you what he did. Instead of what he did was he vacated his title and he left the division.
Okay,
no,
but he fought
left
Kovalev,
the division, bro.
He fought Kovalev.
No,
I don't care what you say. I don't care if he left the division. I
don't care who he fought, bro. Dangerous fighter. He left the division.
But you trying to make it seem like he's running from Boo Boo. He did not run from Boo Boo. He fought Kovalev.
B-Talk, listen to me. I know you're very excited, bro. Listen, relax.
No, you're excited.
Me bro, listen. I'm not even loud. You're asking me very controlled questions. I'm giving you very direct answers. You're asking me. You say, "What did Canelo?" Listen, no, I'm not playing with the. Listen, no, you're moving. No, you're moving too fast. You said, "What did Canelo do at 160?" Listen. Stop, bro. Just stop. Let me finish, and then you speak. You asked me, "What did Canelo do at 160?" So my response is going to be a controlled response discussing what he did at 160. So all I'm telling you is not outside of 160, inside of 160. He won all the belts except Andrade's belt. And instead of trying to unify with Andrade's belt, he left 160. Okay. And that's it. And that's all. Okay. And he never came back. Hold on. Hey, listen, hold on. I ain't done. I'm finishing up with this. Bro, I'm finishing up with this. You said what you had to say. He never came back. And that's the end of that. Okay. And that's the end of that. Okay. So he went to go. Hold on. Hey, people, this is what he's not telling y'all. That although he left 160, he went up in weight and he fought Kovalev for a title. That's great.
See, that's what he's not telling y'all, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I say he's playing with the words, but he can't play with the words with me.
Bro, you asked me a question. I answered your question, bro.
Stop.
What are you talking about?
Because you're playing. You like to try to play with the words, but that's fine. You can play with the words.
What does what he did after 160 have to do with what he did at 160?
So he went and fought Sergey Kovalev, a much tougher opponent, in my opinion.
In your opinion,
for a title, for legacy. That's more of a legacy fight than fighting Boo Boo Andrade.
Hey, it's your opinion. He fought him for the same title, bro. Same title, different division.
And then since he left 160, he not telling y'all this either, ladies and gentlemen. If y'all ain't been watching boxing in the last couple years, he became undisputed in the year at 168. Oh wow! Now he's about to go. Now it's rumors that he's about to go to cruiserweight and win a title there. So he's doing a lot. While Boo Boo Andrade is doing, he just boo-booing all over the place. He's not doing nothing. Boo Boo Andrade is doing nothing. His resume sucks. You need Hooked on Finance to name these fucking people. These pronouns of these names are so fucked up. I don't even understand what's going on. Boo Boo Andrade he is going down. not coming up. He's going down because he's not. What about Jacobs? What about the twins? What about why he didn't fight Caleb Plant? Why he didn't fight, all these other guys that Canelo is fighting half of these guys? Why Boo Boo Andrade is not getting out there fighting other guys other than Canelo? Because Canelo are making legacy fights and fighting guys that are actually heavier than Boo Boo and better than Boo Boo. So why is Boo Boo not at least fighting his level of competition? Why he not doing that? Why he not at least fighting his level of competition, man? You can't answer that because he's not doing nothing but still fighting these same old C-level fighters, man. It's just ridiculous, man. That you're so worried about Canelo. You're worried about Canelo, and your guys not doing nothing.
What have you heard me say on this the whole time we've been talking? Bro, listen. What have you heard me say this whole time we've been talking about Canelo? Nothing. All I said was what happened at 154 with him and Andrade, and what happened at 160 with him and Andrade, and that's the end of it. I'm not saying Canelo has fought bad people. You never heard me say Kovalev is a bad fighter. You never heard me say the guys he's fighting are bad fighters, bro. You're painting that narrative for me because you're trying to put me against Canelo and side me with Andrade Canelo.
I'm trying to put you against Canelo.
Bro. This is
dude,
just
you the number one Canelo hater, boy. You the number one Canelo hater, man.
Bro, you sound like the number one Andrade
every time Canelo do something good, you always coming around trying to shit on what the man did.
Hey, listen.
He's not fighting Andrade. I don't care what he doing. He's not fighting Andrade. Like Andrade is the level is gonna make Canelo great. He's not the barometer that's gonna make Canelo great. Man, stop it. If he don't fight Andrade, nobody don't care if he don't fight Andrade. Now, I want to see him fight Andrade because I want to shut you up because I got $1,000 bet with you when he fight Andrade. So I want him to fight Andrade just for my personal reasons and my personal reasons to go in there and stop Andrade and beat Andrade and shut you up. That's the only reason why I want him to fight Andrade. But if he don't fight Andrade, nobody going to look in the course of history and say, hey, y'all, you know what? He didn't fight that killer Andrade. Ain't nobody gonna.
I just don't understand why you so pressed about a pick, bro. If the nigga's so easy to beat, he could have just fought him already.
What you mean? What you mean? I'm so pressed about a pick?
This is me. Because my perspective on this specific fight is different from yours, right? Mm-hmm. And so you're upset about that. But all I'm saying is, hey, listen. You have your way of looking at things. Mm-hmm. I have my way of looking at things. And all I'm saying is, like, from a street fighter way of looking at something.
No,
bro,
you can't look at it from a street fighter. They're not fighting in the streets, man.
Listen.
They're not fighting in the streets. They fight in the ring.
Listen.
Damn, boy.
Bro, listen. Understand this, bro. I don't argue your opinion because it's rooted from your perspective. If that's how, if you feel like Canelo, hey, bro, if you feel like Canelo knocks out Andrade in the first round and knocks his teeth out, hey, that's great. That's your pick. I don't give a fuck. If like Zone said, if your opinion is different than mine, then fuck your opinion. That's great. Nigga, we'll see what happens when it happens. I don't care if you like my opinion or not. Hey, listen. I remember a time where I thought Floyd would beat Pacquiao, and you thought Pacquiao would beat Floyd.
Yeah, and I definitely did.
And look, and did debates about it and videos about it and argued tooth and nail that Pacquiao would beat Floyd. And when they finally fought, listen. When they finally fought, bro, you was wrong. So all I'm saying is, So all I'm saying is this: if you could be wrong once, you could be wrong.
It's like Gamboa got stopped versus Terrence Crawford. I told you he was gonna get stopped. Okay, yeah.
Hey,
okay.
Listen,
so hold on. So don't act like you just be picking, the right stuff all the time.
Bro, I'm not saying that, bro. I'm just
wrong. Your guy got stopped.
Hey, bro, I'm just showing you a scenario, bro. Hey, that's fine.
I'm gonna take you through a scenario too. Your guy got stopped, and I told you he was gonna get stopped.
And your guy got easily beat, picked apart, like I told you.
Man, that shitty ass fight. Man. That fight was shitty.
Hey.
Everybody say the fight was shitty though, man.
Hey, it was, but who won?
I know. Mayweather won, man.
So
Damn, I'm not gonna argue that Mayweather didn't win. The man won.
Okay, and
I'm not here to argue whether Mayweather won or not. The man won.
All right, man. Exactly.
It's in black and white. I'm not finna argue black and white. The man won. Okay, it was a shitty fight. That's all I know.
Listen, all I know is this, bro.
A shitty fight.
At the end of the day, this is the deal.
But yo guy got knocked out viciously though. That wasn't a shitty fight. That was actually a legacy highlight fight for Terrence Crawford for the rest of his career.
That's great.
Stopping Gamboa, beating the shit out of him.
That's great. That lets you know how great Gamboa is. Hey, that lets you know how great Gamboa is.
That's what you do. You pound motherfuckers into the ground. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about nobody say it's a shitty fight.
Why Canelo ain't did that with Andrade yet?
You pound him into the. He coming for Look, I told you when he called that hoe better be ready to get on the stroll. When he called that hoe, I don't want to hear nothing about. I ain't got time to get prepared. When he called you to go out there and make that money, because he got to call you because you the hoe. When he called you, you better be ready to get on the stroll. Tell Andrade that hoe. His name ain't Andrade to me no more. It's that hoe. When he ready to get on the stroll, you better be ready. When that call come to get on that stroll, on that stroll, you better be ready.
Hey man, let me ask you something, man. Did like one of your past girlfriends like cheat on you with Andrade?
You better be ready, man. He better be ready. Let's keep it on. No, let's keep it on Canelo and Andrade. This shit is getting tough.
On me,
this stuff is like a tough state. This stuff is like a tough state. Look, man, it's hard. It's hard to defend Andrade. I know it is. You try to do
it's one of your girls,
but you embarrassed. You embarrassing yourself,
bro. I'm not embarrassing about anything, bro.
You embarrassing yourself.
What's embarrassing?
Look, if Andrade was fighting somebody, I can see. But you embarrassing yourself, man. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This shit is on wax.
You're doing. Listen to me, bro.
You know what? I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna delete this just for you,
bro. Hey, you probably should, bro.
Hey, John, you can get in.
Talking, bro.
This shit is embarrassing.
Hey, bro, and you putting words in my mouth that ain't even said on here, bro. You paying the narrative for me, bro.
That's what unmute yourself and get in. This shit is
exactly. Zone, say something, bro. I don't know.
This shit is embarrassing, man.
This guy asked me a question. I'll answer his question directly, and he'll go somewhere totally else.
Ask that because
what's wrong with this guy?
This man needs some help. Call the National Guards. This motherfucker need help. Because Andrade is shitty. That motherfucker is just shitty.
That's your opinion, bro.
He is shitty. I've been trying to be nice to you about Andrade. That motherfucker's shitty. Terrence Crawford can go up there right now and beat that shitty ass motherfucker.
So why ain't nobody beat him yet?
Period.
Why ain't nobody beat him?
Man, he ain't fighting nobody.
So why ain't nobody trying to fight him?
Everybody is doing something greater than Andrade.
Listen, what I'm asking. Why isn't nobody?
Everybody is doing something greater than Andrade right now.
Like who?
Everybody. Terrence, the twins, GGG, Canelo. Everybody doing something. Usyk, goddamn, Tyson Fury. All these guys doing something better than Andrade. You got motherfucking prospects doing better than Andrade. Andrade is still a prospect. Andrade is fighting. You know what Andrade is doing right now? He fighting what prospects should be fighting.
So why?
Seriously, he fighting what prospects should be fighting. I'm embarrassed.
So why won't nobody
I'm embarrassed for Andrade. Look, this one thing Andrade can do. At least he can lean on what he did in the amateurs. He beat a lot of
honestly, bro. You just sound like a hater, bro.
The story of his career gonna be about the amateurs. It ain't gonna be about nothing he did in the pros.
Why you hating on the man though? But
I'm not hating on him. Look, dude, his resume is what it is. So you want me to add people to his resume? Do you want me to add people to his resume so he can look better? But why does SpongeBob? I can add Sonic. I can add Mario Brothers. I can add all them names on there so it can look a little better. At least the kids will recognize his resume. Man, come on, man. This is stupid, man. This man, come on, man. That man sucked, man. That man.
Hey, man.
For real.
I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna leave it alone. Hey, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah, you said that 20 minutes ago.
Hey, I mean, bro, I can't get a word in, bro. You so excited, man. Like I don't know what you think this is, G.
And when you get on here, you gotta be ready to rock and roll. You know how it go.
Hey man, I'm ready. Hey, I'm ready to rock, man. But you gotta let somebody talk. You said yourself, man. You paint a narrative for me, bro. You know what I'm saying? You putting words in my mouth about Canelo. I ain't even said on here, bro. That's how I know you so excited, man. That's why I know some YouTube creators, man, need therapy. You know, it's okay, man. You know, but just talking, bro. Relax. Go ahead, Zone. It's all good.
Your motherfucking Andrade needs some opponents.
Man, tell Canelo to fight him, bro. Like, I'm an advocate for good fights. Like, I don't know what, shit.
I'm an advocate for. Look,
Hey.
you know what? Say that again. You an advocate for good fights. What have Canelo gave you over the last 10 years?
He gave me some good ones and some bad ones, like everybody else.
Oh, okay. So, if that's the barometer, he giving you some good ones and some bad ones. So Andre have gave you bad. If that's the barometer, hold on. If that's the barometer, looking at, if we all agree that his resume is better than Andrade's, that means that Andrade has been given.
See, that's what I'm saying right there.
No. I'm not arguing with that.
Bro, you're putting words in my mouth, bro. I'm not, bro. Stop bringing up the resume, bro. You're putting words in my mouth, bro.
I know that hurts
so you can win an argument. No, bro. Like, so you can feel like you, bro. Listen, you're putting words in my mouth.
No, because you
feel like you want an argument, bro.
You said something stupid,
bro. You're putting words in my mouth so you can feel like you want an argument.
Did you not say he gave you good and bad?
Arguing a resume.
Did you say he gave you good and bad? When I'm telling you, Andrade gave all bad.
Resume. That's your opinion. Roll with it. Roll with it. You said fights. You didn't say fight terms.
All bad fights.
Fight.
That's what I'm saying.
I seen him in good fights. He's put on good fights.
All bad,
his last fight was a good fight. He knocked the nigga out in the second round. He broke his jaw in the first round. He dropped him 4 times. That's a good fight, nigga. You said how many good fights? He put on good fights too, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm not arguing no resume, my nigga.
The resume is Canelo gave you good and bad. Andrade gave all bad.
Hey, look. The resume is based on the willingness of who gonna step in the ring with you, G.
Man, that boy Canelo is an animal,
remember
man.
That. Hey, remember that. The resume is based on who's willing to get in the ring with you. Remember that, bro.
Floyd Mayweather, motherfucking Laura, Kirkland, Miguel Cotto, Amir Khan, goddamn Chavez Jr., Golovkin twice. Motherfucking Jacobs, Sergey Kovalev.
You say all that to say what? You say all that to say what? You say all that to say what?
Joe Saunders and Caleb Plant.
You say all that to say what?
How did Joe dude fight?
You say all that to say what, bro? Nobody's arguing a resume.
Joe dude fight, man. That's worth any score.
Who's arguing a resume, bro?
Because you can't argue the resume.
Who the Ebony
yeared them fight? For you.
Who the Ebony yeared them fight, bro? What you talking about, bro? What you talking about?
Oh boy, you know what, man? You are. His second tier fighters look better than Andrade first tier fighters. It's just bad, man.
Hey, bro.
Bad out here. It's bad out here for Andrade. Look, Andrade. I'm gonna give him some credit. He knocked out the guy that called him out, right? Because if a guy calls you out like that, you get in the ring. You better finish him. He went in there, finished, knocked the guy out. That's about all.
Now when Canelo gonna call him out?
Right now, Canelo big game hunting. He big game hunting. Hold on, why don't your guy call out Benavidez then? Why don't your guy go out and get Benavidez then? Let him go big game hunting. Why your dude not going big game hunting?
Hey, why Canelo ain't doing it when he in his division? He's in his division. That's a different.
You admitted the other day that he ain't said nothing about Benavidez. Why he not calling out Benavidez, man?
What you mean, bro?
You said, man, I can say this: Demetrius Andrade ain't calling out Benavidez. Why not? Why not? He can go fight Benavidez. Why not? Call him out. If that's the guy that people say that Canelo's running from too, why don't you go ahead and fight the guy that Canelo's running from? That y'all claim Canelo's running from. He gonna beat Benavidez too. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. Look, man. Look, man. I don't know what to say, man. I know this is your favorite fighter or one of your favorite. I know Timothy Bradley was your favorite fighter until Manny Pacquiao made him do cartwheels in the ring, so you had to go latch on to somebody else. So you got Andrade. You used to have Gamboa until he got stopped viciously by Terrence Crawford. I know it's bad out here for you. It's getting soft out here. You only got one fighter left. You holding on to this one.
I got one fighter left. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you got one fighter left.
What are you talking about, bro? Dudes, I picked become champions, bro.
Errol Spence is your guy, but I'm not gonna talk about somebody that got an injured eye because Terrence Crawford finna pop his shit out. He finna be gone too. So you're not gonna have Errol Spence no more.
Man, why you so excited?
You're not gonna have Errol Spence no more. But you are already jumped off that bandwagon. You're not on that bandwagon no more.
Hey, bro, I ain't on nobody bandwagon.
Yeah, because now you looking around and say who can I latch on to? Who can I latch on to?
Hey,
oh, maybe I can latch on to Boots Ennis. Maybe Boots Ennis, I can latch on to him. I can latch on to Boots Ennis.
You know what's crazy about that though? According to you, I'm latching on to somebody that ain't worth the damn latching on to anyway. According to you, so what you so pressed for?
I'm trying to say,
listen. So what? Save me from what?
I'm throwing a lifeline for you. I'm throwing a lifeline out for you, and I'm saying,
bro, ain't no lifeline, bro.
Leave goddamn Boo Boo Andrade alone. Leave him in the back alley where he's supposed to be, because he's not doing nothing. He don't.
What you talking about, bro?
Look, man. Bro. Look. What's keeping him from calling out Benavidez? Nothing.
What's keeping Canelo from fighting him? Nothing. What's keeping Canelo from fighting anybody? Nothing.
You keep on talking about Canelo.
Bro, you talking about Andrade. I don't want to talk about Andrade, bro.
Like Benavidez.
I don't want to talk about Andrade, bro.
Why you want to call out Benavidez? Because Benavidez whooped that ass. I got Benavidez beating. I don't care. I have Benavidez. I got $1,000 on that too.
Okay, so tell him to fight him.
Benavidez beating Andrade ass too.
So tell him to fight him.
Okay, well, Benavidez?
Yeah, tell him to fight him.
So you're going to take that bet too? You going to take that bet too?
Sure.
Okay, I got Benavidez beating Andrade too.
That's cool.
Yeah, because Benavidez beat that ass too. Benavidez going to beat Andrade ass too. But anyway, your guy have to call out Benavidez, man. Benavidez supposed to be the boogeyman though. He's the new boogeyman. Call him out. Call out the new boogeyman. But he don't want to do that, right? Because Benavidez, what you gonna say? Benavidez is too big. He too big.
So did Benavidez called out Andrade? Is that what you saying?
No, I'm saying why Andrade call him out.
No, I'm saying
why do we gotta wait to call him out? No, you, bro. You this great fighter. You this great fighter. Call out everybody.
What was the last thing? What's the
Demetrius Andrade is willing to fight everybody? You said he's willing to fight everybody, right?
God damn, bro.
Did you say he's willing to fight everybody?
And let me know what you done, bro. God damn, you love him.
Did you say this man is willing to fight everybody? So why do people got to call him out? Why don't he just call everybody out? Everybody out there, I want to fight all of y'all. Just whoever want to fight, call me up. And I'm pretty sure Benavidez. Okay, I'll fight you.
Hey, listen. Okay, now let me say this. Hey, Zone, you know this for a fact. You can fact check this, confirm this for me. Now, to answer your question, B-Talk, Wayne Talk, excuse me. Last quote from Demetrius Andrade after he knocked out the motherfucker he fought. He said, I ain't calling no names out. He said, anybody that want to fight, let's fight. Period.
Okay.
That's his last quote.
That's good.
So when it comes to whoever you talking about, all these guys, all these scary boogeyman guys, he just opened the door for whoever want to fucking walk in it, bro. And if don't nobody walk in it, it's because it's a lot of bitch made niggas walking around at 160 pounds in middleweight divisions and shit, nigga.
So the moment Benavidez say let's fight, Demetrius Andrade better answer that call. He better answer the call again.
Hey,
he better answer the call.
You heard what I said, bro.
Okay, he better answer the call. That's fine.
Hey,
if you say he said that, I'm gonna take your word for it.
No, go look it up. Go look it up.
You better answer the call.
You heard what I said, bro.
Okay, but he better answer the call, because when you say anybody, you open that door.
Ali talk, nigga. That's Ali talk.
You open that door. When you say anybody,
everybody ain't talking like that, bro. Canelo ain't talking like that.
You open the door.
Shit.
Hey.
I don't know who talk. Ain't nobody talking like that, bro. But he said that, bro. And that's the end of that, bro. I don't want to talk about no fucking Andrade, nigga. Shit,
man. Look,
he said, whoever want to fight, let's fight, nigga. Let's see who answered that call, nigga. And that's the end of that discussion.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so
that's
what?
Fine. Hey, I know this. Your guy can pick up the phone when a C-level fighter call. He can pick up that call right away. Like, oh, he want to fight me? Okay, I'll fight him. Let me have another showcase fight.
Because when it comes to the A fighters, he too. Hey, when it comes to the A fighters, he making the calls.
Why is he still having showcase fights?
When it comes to the A fighters, he making the calls, nigga. Remember that. He making the calls, nigga. Hey. And they ain't answering. And they not answering. Hey. And they not answering. Hey. A what, nigga? Hey. They ain't A, nigga. They B, nigga. They scary B.
Why don't
Shit, scary bees, nigga. That's what they are, nigga. Scary bees.
Why don't he tell Eddie Hearn to go send a contract out to Benavidez? Just send him a contract. Because you can say anybody just in the contract out now.
Nigga,
Now
first
just
of
in the
all,
contract.
Charlo. First of all, if he can make a fight with a PBC fighter, why not make it with a nigga in his division for the unified titles, bro? You
No,
sound
but you
retarded.
just said anybody though. You just said anybody.
He said anybody.
Okay,
nigga.
so send a contract to any. Send a contract.
No,
to
bro.
anybody.
Hey, listen. They send a contract to him if they serious, bro. He ain't about to be doing all that. He just said
No,
it.
man.
He said anybody
You
want to
just
fight, let
called
him
out.
fight.
You
Nigga,
just
let him
called out the
fight.
boxing world. You just called out the
Bro,
boxing world.
okay.
True?
No,
Is
I didn't
that
call,
true?
bro. I didn't. Bro, stop saying giving us names
No,
and
not
tracks, bro.
you.
I
Boo
told
Boo
you
Andrade.
instead,
Boo
take it
Boo.
how you. Hey,
Boo
listen.
Boo.
Okay, so take that how
Boo
you
Boo
want to
Chitty
take it. Don't
Andrade
ask me
just
why
called
the
out
fuck
the
I'm not his
boxing
PR
world. So
team,
send out the
nigga.
contract. Send the
Okay, so
contract out.
did he send
Damn.
the contract
Send the
out?
contract out. You just called out the boxing world. Send the
To
contract
who?
out. To
Who?
Benavidez.
Sound retarded.
Send out
That's
the
what you
don't
want.
want.
Okay, well, you
See,
be his
you don't
fucking.
want him to fight, boo. You don't want to fight. You don't want to see him fight Benavidez because you don't gonna get his ass whooped. You know that.
No, I
You
want
know
to
that.
see
You
that.
know you don't get
No,
his ass
nigga, don't,
whooped.
bro. First
You
of
know
all,
that.
don't fucking speak
You
for
may
me.
think he can
can't
fight.
speak
You
for
may
me.
think he can beat
I know,
Canelo,
bro.
but I don't believe you think he can beat Benavidez.
Bro, I don't give a fuck what you believe I think, bro. Don't speak
Yeah,
for
I
me,
know.
my nigga. I want to see that fight. That's a good fight, nigga. I want to see both of them niggas scrap it up, just like I want to see the rest of niggas scrap it the fuck up. Like I'm not got this one guy. Ooh, I want to see him, and I don't want to see nigga. I want to see everybody bang, nigga. The fuck. That's why I watch boxing. I want to see everybody fight each other. But when niggas is trying not to fight each other, that's when I got an issue as a fan. I'm not gonna be no fucking fanager like your ass
So when it
saying
comes
he need to fight him.
so
He need
so
to
hold
fight
on,
him. No,
hold on.
nigga. Everybody need to fight
So
each
hold on.
other,
When
bro.
it
That's how
comes
it
to
should be, bro.
when
I
it
don't know
comes
what
to
the fuck you talking
Benavidez,
about,
I don't
bro.
hear you. I don't hear you calling. I don't hear you calling for I don't hear you calling for him to fight Benavidez.
Bro,
You know
I'm
Canelo.
calling
Hold on. You know
for
Canelo's
him
in
to
a
fight.
different weight class as Boo Boo, right? You know Canelo's in a
My
different
nigga.
weight class than Boo Boo, right?
What does that mean, bro?
No, I'm just saying. You know he in a different weight class, right?
Bro, has
But
Andre
you
ever fought
always
at
call him
168?
Canelo name, but you never call Benavidez name. I don't hear you calling Benavidez name. He should fight Benavidez. He should fight. I always hear you say Canelo should fight Boo Boo. Canelo should fight Boo Boo. No, why don't Boo Boo fight Benavidez?
Now go ask him. Why you asking me? Go ask him. I don't know, nigga. I like to see the fight, nigga. What the fuck, nigga?
You
Go
defending
ask
him.
him. Shit.
You the one defending him. You the one
Nigga, I ain't defending him. I'm not saying I ain't saying shit. Nigga, you saying all you doing all the talking, bro.
You defending the man.
You being a fanager. You saying, hey, they need to make this fight. Why they ain't making that fight? But like I'm
not even a big Canelo fan. That's
yes, you are, bro.
No,
Look how
I'm
you
not.
talking on this phone, bro.
No, I'm not
You sound
a
like
big
super
Canelo
fan,
fan.
bro. Shit.
I like
You
what
sound
Canelo is doing. I'm not a big fan
I do
of
too.
Canelo,
That's
but I like
great.
what he's
I do
doing.
too. I do
Okay,
too.
so that's
So what's the
fine.
problem?
That's fine.
So what's
But
the
I'm not
problem?
gonna sit up here and put the onus and say every time this man fight, why you not fighting Boo Boo? Why you not fighting Boo Boo? Why?
I
And
ain't
this
doing
man,
that.
and this man fighting tougher opponents than Boo Boo.
Bro,
But
first of
why you not
all,
fighting Boo Boo?
I've been saying for the longest, bro, Boo Boo need to focus at middleweight. So I don't even know what the fuck you talking about. Like I
Okay,
really
so
don't.
he need to focus
Nigga.
at middleweight. Then shut up about Canelo. Then,
Nigga, I'm not talking to you're talking about it. Nigga, you brought the shit up. You
oh
want to argue
my
it, bro. You're
God,
bringing this
man,
shit
would
up.
you shut up?
Nigga,
Hey,
you sound
man,
dumb. Nigga, all I
listen,
said is,
man.
hey, if he fight him, he said he can beat him.
Stop it,
Focus on
Basnavi.
that
Stop it.
middleweight, bro.
Stop it,
You've been
Basnavi.
bringing
Stop
this shit up. Nigga, I ain't talking about that. Nigga, that's how I feel. I feel he gonna starch his ass if they fight. That's how I feel. In the
stop.
story, he need to focus
Just
on
stop.
middleweight, nigga.
You just embarrassed yourself. You just took down the whole
Bro,
conversation.
you embarrassed yourself, bro. Go back and
Phil,
listen
y'all
to
want to
this,
get in
bro.
here?
And you'll, hey, listen,
Y'all want
go
to get in
back
here
and
before I
listen
get off of here?
to this.
You were zone
and
want
you'll
to
keep
speak,
bringing
y'all,
this shit
please?
up, bro.
Do you or zone want to
ahead,
speak, y'all,
Zone, man.
please, before I get up out of here? I'm gonna get up out of here in a minute. Good conversation, boss. Now, good conversation. Look, I'm about to get out of here in a minute, though. I'm trying to see if they want to get in and say something. Hey, Phil, you want to get in and speak your piece real quick? If not, I'm gonna close it down. I got some games on anyway. So y'all just heard Boss Knowledge just embarrass himself. That was embarrassing, man. This dude, we talking this long, and he finally say Demetrius Andrade need to focus at 160. You know why he said that? Because when I brought up Benavidez, this man said he need to focus on his weight division. Because you know Benavidez gonna whoop that ass. He may think that his delusional self may think that he can beat Canelo, that Andrade can beat Canelo, but he knows that Benavidez is gonna beat the shit out of Demetrius Andrade. He knows that. But now all of a sudden I bring up why he not fighting Benavidez, why he not fighting him. All of a sudden he say, well, you know, he need to focus on his weight division. Well, that's what you need to do. You need to focus on your weight division because that's what your man said. He said, focus on your weight division. I'm out, y'all.